While you were dropping dimes into vending machines and pocketing the change, a tiny handful of 1965 Roosevelt dimes quietly became the kind of coins that can turn a kitchen drawer into a surprising payday. Most 1965 dimes are worth exactly what they say on the face, 10 cents, but a few are tiny time capsules. Minting mistakes, leftover silver, special finishes, or exceptionally struck survivors that collectors will pay real money for. Today we'll walk through what makes the 1965 dime ordinary, what makes one rare, and exactly how to spot the kinds that collectors hunt for. Quick snapshot first. 99.9% of the 1965 dimes you find in circulation are common clad business strikes. If you pull one out of your pocket right now, don't hold your breath. Most of them trade at or near face value, unless they're in unusually pristine condition. But the exceptions? They're specific, not mysterious. Off-metal strikes, dramatic errors, special mint set satin strikes, and top-graded mint state survivors are the kinds of things that turn a dime into a headline. This is about pattern recognition, not wishful thinking. Why 1965 is an important year? Congress and the Mint were dealing with a coin shortage and a rapidly changing metal market. In short order, the Mint removed silver from circulating dimes and quarters and shifted to a copper-nickel clad composition. That switch created one of the biggest production pushes in modern U.S. coinage. Huge numbers of new dimes were struck and released. When a mint makes that kind of sweeping change, tiny mistakes or transitional oddities can slip through, and those are the pieces that catch collector attention. A helpful mental model. Think of most 1965 dimes as factory-issue sweaters off the production line, identical and plentiful. Now imagine a few sweaters accidentally knitted from the old wool instead of the new acrylic. That's the essence of a transitional off-metal strike. Rare because it's the wrong material, and rare because it's a physical reminder of the changeover. So what specifically makes a 1965 dime worth more? Here's a clear checklist. If you're hunting or sorting change, focus on these items. Off-metal or transitional silver strikes. In the chaos of composition, change, a very small number of dimes were either struck on leftover 90% silver planchets or otherwise traveled through the process in the wrong metal. A genuine 90% silver dime from 1965 will look and feel different, slightly different tone, and a measurable weight difference. If a dime weighs noticeably more than the standard clad weight, that's a red flag worth investigating. Authentication matters here. A certified, authenticated transitional silver 1965 dime is the kind of item that can command serious attention among specialists. Special mint set, SMS, satin finishes, and proof-like survivors. In 1965, the Mint suspended the regular proof and certain uncirculated sets and issued special mint sets instead. These SMS pieces often have a distinctive satin finish, smoother fields, and a different sheen than typical business strikes. High-grade SMS coins, especially those that show attractive satin surfaces without bag marks or contact, can fetch premiums above the standard business strike, particularly when they receive a high numeric grade from a recognized grading service. Dramatic error coins, offsetter strikes, clip planchets, double strikes, and broad strikes. Most small errors, light clips, weak strikes, minor doubling, bring only modest premiums. But dramatic mechanical errors where a coin is struck far off-center, struck twice in an obviously misaligned fashion, or struck on a clipped or incomplete planchet can become collectible. Severity and eye appeal drive value on errors. The more visually striking and unusual the mistake, the more collectors will pay. Exceptional mint state survivors and full band style details. Even in a year of huge mintage, a tiny fraction of coins escape circulation, wear, and dye deterioration to reach high, uncirculated grades. Collectors prize dimes with crisp, fully struck features, sharp detail on the torch, oak leaves, and the horizontal bands across the reverse. When a 1965 business strike shows extraordinarily fresh details and luster, it can move from a stack of pocket change to a desirable certified coin. Now, practical steps. What to do when you spot something that looks different. First, don't clean the coin. That's rule number 1 of numismatics. Scrubbing, polishing, or trying to brighten a surface will destroy original finishes and dramatically reduce collector value. Handle coins by the edges only. Fingerprints and oils can also hurt. Second, do a simple weight test. A standard clad Roosevelt dime weighs approximately 2.27 grams. A 90% silver dime weighs around 2.50 grams. If you have a digital scale that measures to 2 decimal places, a weight near 2.50 grams is a clear prompt to investigate further. If a scale isn't available, local coin shops will usually weigh a coin for you. Most will do that for free. Third, examine the coin under good light and with magnification. Look for a satin finish that's unlike normal circulation surface. Check whether the mint mark is absent, a normal feature for 1965, and look closely for misalignments, doubling, or clipped planchets. Photograph both sides. A clear photo will help if you consult an online forum or a dealer. Fourth, if the coin looks like it might be off-metal, error-worthy, or exceptionally nice, seek professional authentication. Two of the most widely trusted grading services can evaluate and encapsulate coins. Certified slabs give buyers confidence and usually yield higher prices for rare pieces. For dramatic or potentially valuable finds, an auction house that specializes in numismatics is another route. They reach serious collectors who will compete for unusual items. A couple of cautionary notes. The market has enthusiasts and speculators, and prices can swing based on demand. Not every odd-looking dime is a treasure. Many coins that stand out visually can trace back to post-mint damage or artificial alteration, which destroys value. That's why professional authentication and multiple opinions matter. Here's a simple routine experienced collectors use. They spend 1 minute a month scanning the change jar. It's not a hunt for unicorns, it's a habit. They weigh anything that looks odd. They photograph and file potential candidates in inexpensive flips. They ask trusted dealers or online communities with good reputations before spending money on grading. That small discipline is why most finds are enjoyable surprises rather than costly mistakes. Now, let me give you 3 identification tips you can use right away: color and sheen, weight, and edges. Color and sheen. SMS or proof-like pieces may look smoother and satiny, while a true silver planchet has a distinct, brighter tone. Weight. The practical test, 2.27 G clad, 2.50 G silver, is simple and telling. Edges. Look at the reeded edge and how it joins the face. A clipped planchet or broad strike will show edge anomalies that are visually obvious even to a careful hobbyist. Final thought. Most 1965 dimes are everyday coins. Sturdy little pieces of mid-century design that tell a story about the era's metal markets and mint policy. But the year also produced tiny windows into change, transitional silver survivors, interesting special mint set finishes, and dramatic mechanical errors. With a little habit, a basic scale, and a careful eye, you can separate ordinary pocket change from the rare exceptions that collectors prize.